What's good, Lakers Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Lakers Corner, where we talk all things Lakers. So today is January 12th, and with January 15th quickly approaching us, and that being the official date that most players on the Lakers and most players around the league can officially be traded, I thought it'd be a good idea to get into this video right here, man. We're going to be talking about 3 realistic trade targets that the Lakers should go after. And these are the top 3 players, in my opinion, based on what we need, based on the holes that we have on our team so far. And no, this is not no clickbait, y'all. I'm not going to be saying no trades to get no clicks or get no views. This is all real deal, real players we can get, realistic shot of us getting them, real chance of them coming onto our team, performing well, and turning this crash course around, because right now it's looking like it's gonna come to a crashing end very soon. And stay tuned, man, because the third player might surprise you. Now, I don't hear a lot of people talking about him, but let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to start off with number 1, man. And that's none other than DeJounte Murray, man. When I heard reports that the Lakers are eyeing him, I got so excited, y'all, because I think he's an absolute game changer for us. He can fill multiple roles that we're in dire need of filling right now on this team, with his ability to play make, his ability to create his own shot, and defend on the perimeter. You know, when talks, trade talks especially, come up in Lakers Nation, around Lakers news, I think the first name to always get thrown out there is always D'Angelo Russell. And I've been a big supporter of D'Angelo Russell. At times, he makes it hard for me to even be able to back him and support him. But the reason why I've been a big supporter of him is because of his playmaking ability, especially on this team. When you have a 39-year-old LeBron James, you cannot rely on that for an 82-game season. And next to LeBron James, D'Lo is the next best playmaker. So I used to stray away from, get rid of D'Lo, get rid of D'Lo. I used to try to stray away from that. But in this situation, I'm perfectly okay with getting rid of D'Lo. Here's why. Because DeJounte Murray, he can also be that playmaker that this at the same level that D'Lo can, if not even better. DeJounte Murray, at this point in his career, is a much better scorer than D'Angelo Russell. Also a much more consistent scorer than D'Angelo Russell. Right now, D'Angelo Russell is averaging 14 points per game compared to DeJounte Murray's 20 points per game. And again, we're talking about a third scoring option. When you're taking a player that's averaging 20 points per game and adding him as your third scoring option, that's just going to do blessings for your offense, to be honest. And then on the other end, D'Angelo Russell is an absolute cone on the defense, and DeJounte Murray, early in his career, got a lot of nods for first team all defense, second team all defense, and we know what he can do, man. We're talking about a 6'7" lengthy guard out there. He's really like another Cam Reddish, but we would be able to put him in at the point guard position because he has point guard abilities. He has the vision out there, currently averaging 20 points per game, 5 assists on 38% from the three-point line and 46% from the field. And look, y'all, I'm not going to lie. I know when Lakers trade talk start going around, some people try to say that Austin Reeves is untouchable. And I say, of course, try to keep Austin Reeves. But when you got 39-year-old GOAT playing at this level, when you got Anthony Davis staying healthy, which is the biggest thing for him. Anthony Davis is in his prime age-wise, but health, can he be there? And he's been being there. And you got these role players letting down. Even if you got to trade AR to go all in the best way, you need to be able to do that. And I think DeJounte Murray is going all in the best way, because you bring in somebody who can fill all your holes as for the point guard need. The ability to play make, the ability to create his own shot, and the ability to defend on the perimeter. He's the perfect fit. Now, I will say this. I have 2 more moves to get into for this video. I do think that he will cost the Lakers the most out of all these other moves, but I also think that he will help us reap the most benefit. So that's number 1. Let's get into number 2, man. Number 2 is Malcolm Brogdon. Another situation where I'm okay with giving up the playmaking ability of D'Angelo Russell, because we would get a player who also has the ability to play make in Malcolm Brogdon. And honestly, Malcolm Brogdon doesn't at a better level. Stats don't really jump out at you. Right now, averaging 14 points per game, 5 assists, shooting 41% from the three-point line, and 43% from the field. But if you watch basketball, and you've been watching Lakers basketball, you know that he is exactly what we need in a point guard. He does not make many mistakes out there. Actually, this year he's averaging a career low 1.3 turnovers per game. He has the ability to both play on ball and off ball, because he can be on the ball and be that point guard with his good playmaking ability, run the pick and roll with AD, be able to find AD, get AD easy buckets. Even when we have Christian Wood or Hayes out there, just these big men who a good point guard with playmaking ability can put the ball where only they can get it, and that's going to prove to be great for the Lakers. We've seen that when D'Lo's on game, when D'Lo's on point, his playmaking ability is crazy. AD's getting some crazy lobs to the rim. Christian Wood's getting some crazy outlet passes. And again, because of that playmaking ability. But again, Malcolm Brogdon can do that as well. So when he's on the ball, he can do that. And Malcolm Brogdon has the ability, much better than D'Angelo Russell, in fact, to play off ball and just play catch and shoot. Because we all know, right, when the playoffs start, when it's that 16 games and not the 82-game season, I want LeBron James on the ball. I want LeBron James being my initiator on offense. I want him making the decisions. And to be able to put a player like Malcolm Brogdon next to him, ready to catch and shoot when the defense crashes because LeBron James is driving to the hoop after a high pick and roll, I'd way rather have Malcolm Brogdon there than D'Angelo Russell. I'll tell you that much. So that's why I'd be cool with letting go of D'Lo. In this situation, I do think that he would immediately improve our perimeter defense, similar to DeJounte Murray, man. He's going to bringing in, players like DeJounte Murray, players like Malcolm Brogdon. You solve every single problem because this Lakers team, they're not just good on one end and good on defense and bad on offense, something like that. No, the Lakers right now are piss poor in both defense and offense. So these players that you bring in need to be players that solve both sides of the ball. Malcolm Brogdon, that's exactly what he does. Perimeter defense solves that problem. You give us a better shooter, solves that problem on our bad three-point shooting. Gives us a more reliable playmaker, somebody who can bring the ball up court, run that pick and roll, and not make silly mistakes, have silly turnovers. An NBA proven vet with some playoff experience more than anything, man. This Lakers team is more built for the playoffs, so why not get more playoff experienced players in there than a player like D'Angelo Russell or even Austin Reeves or some of these younger guys that we have on the team. So I do think that a move from Malcolm Brogdon would be smart. It would not cost the Lakers as much as the DeJounte Murray move would cost, but I also do think that the Blazers wouldn't let him go just for anything. But it's funny, right? Because the Blazers already got their guards of the future, so that's another reason why I don't even know why the Blazers are hoarding Malcolm Brogdon. They got Anthony Simons, they got Scoot, they got Shaedon Sharpe, they even got their young talent in Tamani Kamara and DeAndre Ayton. So I just don't understand why they're hoarding an NBA vet who's on the tail end of his career and can be great for really any contender team, and especially the Lakers. He could come on and help us contend. And then for this last player, y'all, the numbers don't really jump out at you, but if you watch basketball, then you know about the effect this man has on the court, and that's none other than Dorian Finney-Smith, man. Numbers don't jump out at you. I told y'all, only 9 points per game, 5 rebounds on 43% from the field and 40% from the three-point line. But he is the 3-and-D player we need. He immediately would be an upgrade from Taurean Prince and Vando. And I'm talking both offensively and defensively, because defensively, Dorian Finney-Smith has no problem and comfortably guards 1 through 4. And there's certain 5s in this league that he can guard. Maybe not every 5, like the Joels, the Jokic's, the ADs. But if he came on the Lakers, he wouldn't have to worry about guarding AD. So there you go. He was anchoring the Mavs defense, but before they shipped him off for Kyrie Irving. But with a player like Dorian Finney-Smith, there's not many numbers and many stats that I could throw out at you guys besides good defensive rating at 120 and his career high blocks per game this season. But it's more of if you know, you know. And if you don't know, then you haven't been watching basketball. I'll tell you that much. Because if you watch Dorian Finney-Smith, whether it was on the Mavs or whether it's on the Nets now, you can see his effect on defense, man. So those are my top 3 players that I do think that the Lakers should look in to bring in just to be able to save this crash course that we're on right now. And before I wrap this video up, I do want to address 2 quick things before I see people in the comments talking crazy, man. Number 1 is, no, I do not want Zach LaVine. I know that's what the media wants. That's what ESPN wants. That's probably what the Lakers front office wants, because all they care about is money. But I don't want him for a couple of reasons, man. I don't want that massive contract and having to deal with that. And I don't want it because I mentioned it throughout this video, man. We're piss poor both defense and offense. Zach LaVine would definitely improve our offense, but we would dramatically get worse on defense. He is a proven bad defender, so we would just be adding another proven bad defender. And again, considering that we'd have to give up some players to get a Zach LaVine to be able to match that contract, we would not be as deep, and we would get worse on defense. And to be honest, you guys, out of the 3 players that I listed, they improve both our offense and our defense. And Malcolm Brogdon improves both the offense with the shooting and his playmaking ability, and the defense with his perimeter defense. Same thing for DeJounte Murray, even on another level, because I think he's probably the best scorer of all 3 of these guys. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's a knockdown shooter, and he can play that 3 and D role. It's better than what we have right now. And considering that, like I said, we're bottom half of the league in both, we really need to look after players that are going to address both of those issues, not just one. I think that going in for Zach LaVine would be going all in, but I don't think it'd be going all in the right way. Earlier in the video, if y'all caught when I said going all in with DeJounte Murray because it would cost a lot, is going in the right way. I don't think going in with Zach LaVine is going in the right way. But another thing that I want to address, and it'll be the last thing before we wrap this video up, is, look, y'all, I do want a big, and I do think we need a big. But the reason I did not put a big on this list is because at this point, y'all, like, we're far too late to the game, and I blame this on Lakers front office, because we should have had a big. Because look at the blueprint. Look at what's worked in 2020. Why were we so good? Why were we so dominant? It's because we had bigs on bigs on bigs. We had AD, who was holding down a Defensive Player of the Year performance year that year. We had Dwight, who was coming up huge off the bench, getting so many blocks and just cleaning stuff up at the rim protection. JaVale McGee, same thing, cleaning stuff up at the rim, giving us big rim protection. And then the following year, Lakers go away from that. I don't really understand. But needless to say, I do think we need a big. But like I said, we're just too late to the game at this point, and I don't want to give up any good players or any important picks for just like a backup big, right? Because we got our big that we're gonna go through during the playoffs. We got our big that we're gonna play through in Anthony Davis. And let's say we brought on a Andre Drummond or a Bismack Biyombo, or just one of these backup bigs to be able to take blows with these other bigs around the league, so Anthony Davis don't got to do it. We will bring them in. We would be giving up players or picks just for a backup big to really only play on one end, because, you know, a Bismack Biyombo, Andre Drummond, and most of these guys that I can list for you as a backup big, they'd get exposed on the other end. Versus, again, the 3 guys that I had here, they would not get exposed on neither end. They'd actually be reliable on both defense and offense. So that's why I did not include a big in here, man. But anyway, y'all, there you go, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just make sure to subscribe to join the Lakers family, man. We drop all type of Lakers content over here. Comment to see what type of Lakers content y'all want me to put out there, man. We talking all things Lakers. We in the corner, and we talking Lakers, man. So that's why it's Lakers Corner. But anyway, for now, I'm out of here, y'all. I'll catch y'all next time.